So in the previous video, I spoke about goal setting, and I set some goals for myself based on my initial measurements, and those were predominantly outcome-based goals. So I wanted to get under 10% body fat, and I wanted to drop 4 kilos from my starting point within an 8-week period. So it's very specific, and it has a time frame, it's realistic, and it's measurable as well. But it's all related to outcome. And the thing that I didn't touch on, which is also very important, and why I'm covering it in this video, is setting process goals. Because sometimes you can put in a lot of work and you'll see the results happen straight away, like in the first couple of weeks, but eventually it's pretty likely that you're gonna hit a plateau, because results are almost never just completely linear, particularly when you're trying to lose body fat. You're gonna have some weeks that are really good and other weeks that are not so good. Even if you're putting in consistent amount of work, sometimes you just have to go through periods where there's just no reward and just no gratification for your efforts. And this can be a real problem, because as humans, our systems are pretty much wired for this. You know, you put in effort, you get a reward, and that motivates you to keep going. But sometimes you just have to push forward even though you're not getting any gratification from that. So that's one of the solutions, is just accepting that, okay, sometimes I'm gonna have to put in work, but I'm not gonna see the results straight away. And you just have to keep being persistent and also committing to the process, so that if you don't see those changes, eventually you'll have to make some changes in the actual plan that you're doing so that you can persist moving forwards. Other than just accepting that you need to go through periods of delayed gratification where you're going to be putting in a lot of work and maybe not seeing drastic results in terms of outcome straight away, the other way to keep yourself moving forward is setting process-oriented goals. Because when you're not seeing the results in the outcome, you still have something there that you can aim toward. So it might be, doing 10,000 steps a day, or it might be logging your nutrition every day, or following a specific meal plan or training regime. So I've set myself up with a training regime and a nutrition plan. And as I mentioned in the previous video, I'm cutting body fat. So my predominant focus is going to be nutrition based. One of the process goals that I've set for myself is going to be logging my nutrition, but I also have that solid plan there as well. So it's not just randomly just grabbing whatever I feel like and putting it in there. I've got a solid template that I'm following for my nutrition, but I've got a little bit of flexibility and a little bit of leeway, so I can veer off track a little bit here and there, but I'm still logging it so that it's still following within the guidelines that I know are going to get myself results. And I'm going to be going through that a little bit more detail in another video, but I really wanted to touch on setting process goals as well, because they can really help you move forward. When you're not seeing the outcome, at least you can see progressions in the engagement with the tasks that are actually gonna generate that outcome. And so if you focus on the process, eventually results will come.